right, yeah.
You went and saw BlackkKlansman today.
Yeah, I saw it today. I just saw it this morning, and you saw it a couple weeks ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, I'll put this down. So, what were your thoughts on it? Or you want my thoughts first?
Well, let's just kind of go back and forth.
Okay.
Okay. Me first. When I first saw the movie, by the way, just to let you know, I'm 61. So when I first saw the movie, and the movie is set in the 70s, it took me a minute to get into the movie because I was getting upset.
Okay.
Because where we are now,
Mm-hmm.
and going back to the 70s,
Yeah.
with how we, black people, were talked to,
Mm-hmm.
and how things were, and how things are now, it was actually a struggle, and a lot of things upset me as we
Mm-hmm.
first started getting into the movie, because
Okay.
the movie does have to take you back to that era and tell you, here's what went on.
Mm-hmm.
So once I got past that and settled into the movie, I was okay.
Okay. Okay. Now, because you told me that before, that how you had trouble, you had like really felt that, and I'm younger than you by quite a few years. I won't say quite a few. We're not that much in difference, but and I knew you had that experience. So me going in, it's like my experience was different from that segment because number one, I got light skin privilege, so people don't talk to me like that. And I was younger. I was probably more a kid back then. I was probably under 10 years old when this movie took place. So I didn't have experience working in a work environment and things like that. And so, yeah, it was a little, I could see, the way him trying to become a police officer and getting stuck immediately in the records room, not out on the field, not learning anything, and having to kind of, assert himself to get to where he wanted to be. And so yeah, that was interesting. That my experience of that part of the movie is a little different than but I get it.
Yeah, but the movie itself,
Mm-hmm.
One, I didn't know that something like this had took place. That somebody had, a black person had actually joined the Klan. I don't want to tell you too much about the movie because we're kind of here more for rating it,
Mm-hmm.
if you should go see it or not. But it's a true story. I don't know. Usually in movies like this, you never know how much they stuck to the story versus how much they had to put into the movie I wouldn't really say make it more interesting because the concept is very interesting,
Mm-hmm.
but just to hold the audience's attention.
Right.
As they get from one segment to the other.
All movies have to be, books are one thing, but to make them in movie format, to keep the audience engaged, of course, so you have to take liberties or switch the story around and things like that. But it was a really interesting movie. Remembering back those times and the Black Power movement, and we know it from a more positive standpoint, of course, which I think this movie does portray it in a positive light, but how, it was looked at as a negative thing. And we can compare it to the Black Lives Matter movement now, how they try to vilify that. They did the same thing with the Black Panthers and Stokely Carmichael, and I didn't even know he changed his name.
Yes.
I was surprised, I was like, oh shit, man, turning my black car. but I was young. I'm sorry. But so I thought that, this is a Spike Lee movie, which is great to see Spike Lee doing some stuff. I don't think I've seen a movie of his since maybe Crooklyn and Girl 6. And I really enjoyed those, and kind of coming from that standpoint of his movies are always, you knew a Spike Lee movie because he has certain things he likes to throw into his movies.
Right.
Yeah, he likes to disorient the audience too,
Right.
really, with how he moves the camera and things like that. Not only with the story, but how. And sometimes I used to get headaches for Spike Lee movies as much as I would enjoy them. But because he was so, he liked to move the camera around a lot. And seeing a movie now of his, I mean, he's become more polished. He's kind of smoothed those things out. He still inserts his touches, which is great to see. It's like, oh yeah, that's a Spike Lee movie right there.
Yeah.
But I thought he did a great job.
Yeah.
Just
Now, there's two things. I didn't know it was Denzel Washington's son.
oh, I didn't. Oh, really?
No, I didn't know it was his son who played the lead, because I
Oh,
usually try to
yeah,
go
I didn't know
into
that.
movies not knowing anything about the movies, but just kind of whatever I naturally just knew. So I didn't know that, but I knew it was a Spike Lee movie. Spoiler alert! When the officer, or the gentleman who wants to become an officer,
Yeah.
walks up, looks up, and pats his hair.
Oh, yeah?
That for that is Spike Lee. And Spike, hey, I want to say I loved it.
Yeah,
It was good.
yeah.
But yeah, as soon as he kind of stood there and pat his natural,
It was like
that was Spike Lee.
That was all Spike Lee.
Yeah. And then there's, if you've seen X, which I did, which I thought was a spectacular
Oh, I forgot
movie.
about X. Yeah, that's a.
That should have won an Academy Award. It really should.
I can't believe I forgot.
Yeah.
It's
But
damn, turning my card again.
when Malcolm X was going down the sidewalk, and I'm sure all of you guys know the scene. I call it a skateboard scene. When
Yeah. That's like
rolling
one
down.
of the things that he likes to use in his
Yeah.
movies. That
And
kind
they use that in this movie too.
I love how they used it in this movie.
Yeah, but you know what? When they used it in this movie, I thought it was more. Herky jerky.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I was just like, it's.
Unless we're talking about different scenes, I don't know.
No, this was.
Because this is toward the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, same thing.
Same thing. Okay, but if you haven't seen the movie, you should go see the movie. Whether you are black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Puerto Rican, if you're Korean, Australian, German, whatever.
Yeah.
Go see the movie.
American, definitely.
Yeah.
It's I thought I was expecting more of to grab you more throughout the movie. And it's a really well told story is what I feel it is. And then at the ending is like a gut punch. And it really brings you to the present and makes you question, it's like, what have we been doing for the last 40 years?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What have we been doing? Has anything changed, really? And that's where it just really becomes its most effective. You go through the story. And I'm wondering, because like we watch stories like this, and your hero, prevails or something, and you think, oh well, everything is going to be great from now on, and what the movie effectively does is teach you that no, it's not, and that's okay.
So here's one of the things when you said the gut punch, and you start to wonder. It's something that that I've gone through, to whereas people are saying, you know what, this has got to stop. We're gonna put an end to this. This is it. And then once you are rolling, and I mean you're downhill, you're on your skateboard, and you're just going, and somebody throws that little twig in the way and says, you know what, that's enough. This is getting scary. And it's kind of like, what do you mean scary? And it's like, nah. And so what was so good about that is that actually showed a lot of things that I've actually experienced.
Okay.
To whereas
Yeah.
you're going and then somebody says, this might uncover more than we're willing to uncover right now.
I see.
So let's just stop. We've done enough.
Okay.
This
yeah,
is all good.
Yeah, I get you.
And it's kind of like, no, it's not. So, God, it is such a well done movie. Nothing was forced. You weren't made to choose a side.
Yeah, yeah.
And I really like that.
Yeah.
Because I hate when a movie pushes you into, let's choose a side, or
it's so obviously on one side. It's like,
yeah.
This is the side of good, and this is the side of evil.
Yeah.
And I thought it, I guess it did kind of explain, I don't know, if you felt the gray area.
Well, I thought, and I love movies that do this, is they explain or they say, here's this side, here's how they interacted, here's what was going on. And I thought they did a very good job at that. They didn't say, here's the side you should be on. And I love that. They let me choose. And I know that kind of sounds weird. Well, of course you're going to choose it.
Yeah,
No, it just says, here's the perspective.
Yeah.
And if somebody did something wrong on your side, you see that they did wrong, you're kind of like, I wouldn't have done it that way. Which was, I thought it was just a really well-made Spike Lee movie. And now the other thing, there are a lot of Spike Lee movies that I just kind of go, I wish he didn't do that.
Okay.
I wish he didn't do that.
Yeah.
But like one thing that I just loved in this movie, and if somehow it's not what I'm saying, I didn't see it, so I'm grateful. Spike Lee, don't get in your movies.
I didn't see him in this, no.
Yeah. So this one, he stayed behind the camera, and he used his brilliance behind the camera, and I thought it was spectacular.
All right, yeah.
So.
All right. Anything else we want to cover on this, or should we, without revealing any spoilers or anything like that?
No. That's
all right,
it.
so we're gonna wrap it up here.
We'll wrap it up. Go see it though. You'll love it. You will love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, BlackkKlansman is definitely worth going out to see in theaters or whenever it comes out on DVD or streaming. Definitely catch it. I think it's an important movie to catch.
Yes. So definitely go. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was one of the few movies that I didn't eat all my popcorn. I usually get small. I didn't eat all my popcorn, but the reason was because I needed to stop chewing. I really needed to pay attention to this movie. So that was a good thing. There are some that I've not eaten my popcorn, and I go, you just made me waste my money. But this is a good movie for you and your kids to go to. This is a good movie as a documentary. This is a good movie if you want to write something about that time. And it doesn't even have to really be about civil rights. It just, if you just want to write something about things that happened in the 70s, this was a good movie. So, like I said, it's a good date movie. It's a good bring your kids to see it movie. It's a good movie to just go and see it. But just remember, you will have an emotion when you come out of it.
Yeah, I think so. All right, we're going to wrap it up.
Bye.
Bye.